Oh, okay, let's start. So hello everyone. So last time I make video, but somehow I forgot to switch back to the screen after I switched to the book, so I didn't switch back. So it's why if you see the video is frozen. So I'm gonna make the new one. So this is what we did last time. What I did, you didn't see this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out all the content. So I'm gonna clear out all the content and we'll do it together. So last time, uh, under this video, we have this part. I'm just going to highlight this part and clear content. To get rid of this part, I'm going to clear the content of this. Okay, so we can do it later. Okay, so I'm going to clear the content. So far, I'm on page EX1-17. Okay, so let's start from here. Now, this is what we have. Okay, I want to make sure I share the screen so the Zoom can capture my video. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, after you have this, you need to type the data into this table by using the data in the EX1-18, table 1-1. Okay, so we're gonna have to use table 1-1 to type all the data inside. Okay, so if you look at the table 1-1 in the EX1-18 page, you type it, it will be easier. Okay, so we type basically this table will be two small parts. One part is the income, one part is the expense. So we have under income, we have commission, and we have interest. Okay, so I can have the I uppercase. And next one is total. Okay, same thing. You can have this one regarding to the table. Regarding to the table 1-1, I have rent, then utility. The next one is advertising. Next one is website. Next one will be printing. Next one will be office supplies. Next one will be gas. And the next miscellaneous, everything else. Then in the end, you always have a total. Later on, you will have a net here on the line 19. So far, we're gonna just type regarding to the table 1-1. So according to the table 1-1 on page 18, you type the value. So each month you pay 12,000 for the rent, 12,000, 12,000, and 12,000. Okay, so later on we know this is a chapter 1, so we type majority of content ourselves, like manually type. So later on, after we learn how to generate data from formulas, you will see from chapters 2, chapter 3, you type most of the content by using formula to generate. Okay, so that is the thing. Yeah. A commission. Oh, I typed wrong. Sorry. So for March is 1,400. I thought it's rent. This rent is the next page. So 1,400 for the March, 1,400 on the April. In May we have 1,600, 16,000. Now in the June we have 185,000, and in the July we have 20,000. In August we have 185,000. September we have 185,000. In October we have 14,000. In November we have 14,000. And December we have 16,500. Okay, now you type interest, which is all of them be 100. So this is fixed. Interest 100, 100, 100, and 100 here. Next 100, 100, 100 and 100 and 100 here. So from January to December, your commission money is different because sometimes you have the good house market. You can sell more, like in the summer, people tend to buy more house, right? Then we have so this is like an income. Okay, so then later on, I'm going to calculate the total income. Now we have every month we have to spend money, like to rent. So the rent is 1,500 each year, each month. So 1,500 each month for the rent. Okay. And keep typing the 1,500 there. So it takes a few minutes to write down. Later on, you can use, in the future, you will know. Sometimes you can use a formula. Your formula will make your life much easier. Okay, and it's also won't make any mistake if you type with formulas. Okay, so we try to be fair, right? If you use formulas to generate it, so be fair. Utility, so every month utility is the same. Every month is utility is 325. So we have 325 for utility, 325 for this, and then 325 for this. 325 for this. That's 325 for this. That's 325, 325, 325. Next one, 325, 25, 225, and it's 325. Advertising. So it's 400. So every month you spend 400 for the advertising. 400 each month you spend on this advertising, so people can know you, right? So they can hire you to buy houses. Website, we have 0. Every for the website, you only pay once per year, which is in July. You pay 500. Then for the printing, you might print some material like selling. If you sell or buy a house, you always see the housing fly, right? Tell you information about this house, how many mileage, how many miles, square meter inside, right? So we have this, and so every month you spend, your budget is 200 to print material, right? You might want to print some banner, some flyer regarding to your house, like open house material, right? If you want to hold an open house, because this is a real estate. Okay, the office supplies. So we spend 200 every season. So we have 200 in January, then February 0, and March 0, then April another 200, then May 0, June 0, and then 200 in July, then August 0, and then September 0. Then we have next one, October is 200. We have 0 and 0. For the gas, we have 100, 100, 100, 100. So it's like every month you spend $100 on your gas. At this point, probably it's kind of impossible, right? But 1 month you only pay $100, kind of impossible. Now, for the everything else, right? So miscellaneous contains everything else. So you have everything else will cover with this 250 budget. So we have this budget for everything else. It's for small little things. 250, and 250, and we have 250, and we have 250, and 250 right here. 250, 250, and next one 250. And 250. Now, after we type all this data, now it's time for us to use formula. Okay, then we use autofill. Once we finish one formula, you use autofill to fill up the rest of it. Now, let's do the first formula, total. So in the future, if you see total, it's always formula sum. Okay, sum is total adding together. So you go to under the home tab, you will see the sigma here. You see sum here, so click sum, So sum B4 column B5. So that is it. Click this. So the answer is 12,100. So that is like the total income of this January. Now we have this. Now you can do the same thing to the B17. Okay, so we're gonna click this sigma, click sum. It shows you sum B9 to B16. What does this mean? Now for the sum, it will show you like inside of the parentheses two values. One value is the starting point, the one value is the ending point. So it's starting from B9, then you add all the elements in the B column. So it will be B9 plus 10, B10 plus B11 plus B12 plus B13 plus B14 plus B16 together. So all of them together, that is the sum B9 column B16. So it's like a from starting point to the end point. Then you click this check mark. So you have this value. Okay, so we have this. Now we're gonna use autofill to fill up rest of it. Now our cursor on the table, we have two different cases. The first case is called, so you see here, right now my cursor looks like a big white cross. So this is when we apply format. So when we apply format, we make our cursor stay this white cross. Now if I want to use autofill, make every other cells use like same format of formula. So you use autofill. In order to use the formula, what we do is click this cell, move your cursor to the bottom, right bottom. So you can see when I move my cursor in the right bottom, it becomes this black cross. Okay, this is black cross, which is ready for you to apply the auto sum. So we can drag it. So you automatically apply the same format. Okay, once again, I'll show you one more time. So if you want all the rest of the cells apply the same format, which is sum B4 column B5, or sum here it should be B4 or C4 column C5. This one will be D4 to D5. Okay, because it's all about total, so it's the same format. So I move to the right bottom corner. When my cursor becomes this little black cross, I drag it, then I release. So this is my autofill. Okay, and if you want to see what's inside of each cell, you can use the key combination Control Theta. Now, if you look at the keyboard above the tab key, you see this small curve that is the theta. So if you control key and this theta key together, it shows you, okay, how do you type your data? You see here, if you just type numbers, it just directly show you numbers. If you type by formula, it show you formulas. Now, if you want to go back to the normal case, Control Theta again, back to normal. Okay. Now we're going to do the rest of it. Same idea. If you see total, it is always formula. Okay, so this one we did formula, right? B17. You move your cursor to the right bottom corner and you drag it and release. So you have this number. Now we have total on the column also. Besides the rows, we have column. So we click this one and click sum. As you can see here, sum B4 column N4, which means you're gonna add every element together, starting from B4, then C4, D4, E4 until M4. You add them all together, that is right. So you click Enter key, click this one, check mark. So you have this number. Then you want to apply the same format to this one, right? So you don't need to, click this sigma again. So you move your cursor to the right bottom corner. When your cursor becomes this black cross, you drag it down. So you can see it automatically change to 189200. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the line 9, N9. So N9, you click sigma. Okay, so which means you want to have from B9 to C9 to D9 until M9. Now click enter, which is right. So we go down and we'll drag it down. Okay, as you can see, it automatically changes different number. So this is see, now if you want, you can right click, you can still control filter. Now you're gonna see, okay, how I type my data. Am I type the number directly, or am I using the formula to generate? So you can see clearly, so those are the formula generated for the total. So in the future, if you see total, it is always created from the formula. Okay, like if I want to go back, control filter again. And what is the filter key? The key above, if you look at your keyboard, on the above the tab key, if you look at your tab key, above your tab key, you have this small curve with a dot, which is on the left side of one key. See, that key is called the filter key. You use this key and the control key combined together, so you know how you type this content. You type directly with a number, or you type with the formula. Now, one last cell is net, because every month, how much do we really have is the total income minus the total expense. So we're gonna have the formula for this one. So B19. So we have the ones we have B19 formula, we just use autofill, fill up the rest of it. So B19 we can say equal to what? The total income of January minus total income of total expense of January, which is 17. So you click your mouse on this one, so you can automatically see B6 minus B17. So the total income of that month minus the total outcome of that month will be the whatever you really get in that month. Okay, so it's 9,125. Now after you finish, you can use the autofill to fill out the rest of it. Now you move your cursor to this cell and to the right bottom corner. So only when your cursor becomes this black cross, you can drag it and release. So that's it. As you can see, this is the number you have. Now, if I want, I can click Control Theta. So you can see that is a formula. Okay. So when you go back to your normal settings, Control Theta again. So this is one. So I can click Save button to save it, or you can use go to File, go to click Save. Okay, either way is fine. And you know, if you haven't saved it, just click Save As, and it will have the name, which is Frango, the real estate budget. Okay, so this is what we did last time. So what we will do next one is I'm gonna create another video to show you how to format it. Okay, so Excel is very easy. For chapter 1, mainly to introduce you what is autofill, what is autofill, and how to create data by using formulas. Okay, so that is all about this video. So next video, I'm gonna create do the format. Okay, thank you.